if there was one thing I could say to people is, before you write something on social media, imagine that you're stood in a room full of every single person that you know. Would you shout what you're about to write out as loud as you can to everyone in that room? Because if the answer is no, then the chances are that you shouldn't post that status, because effectively everybody is going to read it in the same way. They're going to digest that information. They're going to even read it in your voice. So we're off to Castledown Radio.
Yes.
So Perry and Geoff. Perry and Geoff, I've known for a while. I've known Perry longer, and Perry invited me to come along and be a guest on the radio show today at Castledown FM. So these guys have recently got their own slot, their own show, and I think I'm their first guest. I'm looking forward to the sort of questions that they're going to have, and I thought, why not get you along, Jordan, get some footage, and show the people that might not have been able to tune in to the radio station, because it's like, what, we're doing it 12 to 1 today. So it might be a bit tricky for everyone, so you can check out the footage. Ready, fellas? No idea. Guess on Castledown FM. Minutes away and going live.
Yeah, it's really quiet.
Three minutes, 50 seconds, then, and we'll go to air.
Good afternoon. You're listening to the lunch show with Pez and Geoff on Castledown FM. Good afternoon, everyone. How you doing, Geoff?
I'm great, Pez. How you doing, Pez?
Good, yeah, not too bad, buddy. Not too bad. Thank you very much. Looking forward to the second show.
Yeah, I'm buzzing for the second show.
Good.
I feel like we've found our feet now. And,
I'm glad you have.
I'm looking forward to seeing what you've got planned for us, boss.
Yeah, plan's a very strong word, mate. Very strong, but we'll see what we come up with as we go along. We have got Emma working the desk today. So, hi, Emma. You all right? Good, good, good. Which leaves me to concentrate on our special guest, which is Tommy Gentleman. Now, do we call you Tommy Gentleman or Tommy G?
I think you can call me whatever you like, because this is your show, and I'm just happy to be here with you guys.
Good. So I think we'll go into a song, and then it'll be all things Tommy Gentleman after this.
Hey, well played.
4 minutes, okay.
4 minutes.
Yeah.
To be fair, like this is great, because there's only a certain amount of people that will hear what we do now, but this stuff will promote the show for people next time, and it will gather
when Michael's on momentum.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Hi, Tommy. How you doing?
I'm really well, thank you, Perry. I'm really, really good.
Good.
Glad to be here.
Good. Glad to have you. I have done my usual prep and printed a page from your website, which is your bio, of which we're going to ask some questions from. Obviously, it says here, Tommy Gentleman, personal trainer, gym owner and life coach. Now, I have highlighted life coach,
yes,
because even I understand what a personal trainer is.
Yes.
A gym owner, I kind of get, but a life coach. Can you explain to me what a life coach is, please?
I can. I mean, to be fair, the website hasn't been updated for a while.
Well, we'll get to that in a bit, because I noticed that.
You noticed that? Okay, good. So look, basically what I do is I help people with their health and happiness, and it's a kind of generic term to put to that, really, because life can be so different from person to person. So it's about coaching people to achieve that level of health and happiness that they want to get. Basically, that's what I do.
Brilliant. I'm now enlightened. And what else have we got here? You're a Les Mills coach. Explain to me what Les Mills is about.
Yeah, sure. So Les Mills is a global fitness company,
yep,
and I work as a trainer and a fitness presenter for them. So they send me around the country to do instructor training in their particular programs. So I get to go all around, meet some great people out there, and teach them how to become an instructor, and also get involved with some really big fitness events throughout the world, where we have like literally thousands of people working out, doing the same thing. And the great thing about Les Mills is that it's the same wherever you go in the world. So you could go like to my gym, for example, and go do a body pump class, and it would be exactly the same if you went to one in Dubai or Australia or New Zealand, where it's actually from. So yeah, it's a really cool thing, and in terms of fitness, it really aligns well with what I believe in.
Now, looking at this, Tommy, what strikes me most is you're a very busy man.
Yeah.
How do you manage to fit it all in with all your many hobbies? Plus, you fairly recently, became a father for the first time. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
You have a wife as well, which brings me
Yes.
onto your website because it says fiance on there. So
Wow, that's old then, isn't it?
yeah. I mean, I'm no expert with women, mate, but you need to get that changed
Yeah, just maybe.
to wife pretty soon
I don't think
because
she's
they pick
listening,
up
so
on
that's
little
fine.
things like that.
She's busier than I am, and one of the things that I really find fascinating is that I think everyone's busy. I maybe give off the perception that I'm busy because I do lots of different things, but I think everyone is busy. We all have the same amount of time that we can use. And to answer your question, I thought it was tough before I had a baby. Now it's so much harder, but in a way it's been a catalyst for me to get my act together big time. I've achieved more. He was one 2 weekends ago, and I've achieved more in the last 18 months, which is when it all got real, from he's going to be here soon to he is here, than I did in the last 2 years, just because I value my time so much more. I just get more stuff done.
Geoff, would you like to ask Tommy anything from your list of well-prepared, detailed questions?
Well, I was thinking, me and you, Pez, we coach football.
We do.
Football's our hobby. I just wondered if you've got any hobbies outside of your general work life.
I do, and so I love sport. I play a lot of different sports and have done over the last few years. My philosophy is that I want to test myself as much as I can. I figured out do you know what? This is a really strange transition here, because it was you, Perry, who actually, and I'm not, just saying this. We sat down. Do you remember? It was after our last game of the season when we played together for Chute, right?
I did play for
You
Chute.
said to me about the level that you played at, and that you would only know if you gave it a go, sort of thing. And that was something that I took on board, and I thought, right, next season I'm going to go and see what I can do. And I joined the Saturday team, and I realised that Wessex Division 1 was the highest level I could play football. So I thought, okay, well that's that sport now. I know where I can go with that, so I'm going to try something else. So I like to test myself, see what I can do in different sports. But aside from that, because I was very much aware about 5-6 years ago that all of my hobbies were physical related, sport related, so I thought I need something else. So I actually started collecting memorabilia from sport, from film, and also from comics. So I have some rare items that I've got from eBay, and I'm always on the lookout for the next thing that I can then get and restore and put on my wall. So yeah, to answer your question, a lot of it is sport, but I do have a couple of things that I do as well.
I think he's being quite modest there, actually, mate, because I can see on your list that I printed out here, you've represented England at 3 World Championships for Sport Jiu-Jitsu.
Yes, I have
Talk us
indeed.
through that, Tommy. That sounds amazing.
Yep. So it was. So I was training in jiu-jitsu. So I've done martial arts since I was 4 years old. Second dan black belt in taekwondo, and then wanted to learn something different. So I started doing jiu-jitsu, traditional Japanese jiu-jitsu. The club that I was in started to do these squad sessions for the England squad, and they invited me to come along as their fitness coach. And in one of the sessions, I sparred against the guy that was my weight, and I beat him. So the head coach was like, "Look, do you want to come to the World Championships?" And I said yes. Went along, got my ass kicked, and then I thought, right, I need to kind of think what I'm going to do here. And I thought, why not? Why not just train hard, give it a go, be in charge of that process? So I did. And then the next World Championships I went to, I was successful, and I won a gold medal. So again, it's just about applying yourself and testing yourself with whatever it is that you set your mind to, I think.
I was at 30.
30 probably.
Seriously though, this will be good for you as well.
Right, cool.
Because you don't know what
I'm just here for the banter.
stuff like this leads to in 2 years' time. You don't know where or what you'll be doing, where you'll be. This is footage now. It's part of history.
I could be anywhere, Tommy, I'm not going to lie. I could be in a ditch.
Well, we'll be able to remember you.
Yeah. Tommy, you still here?
Yes.
That's always a good start. Right, it says here, Tommy. Tommy is passionate about helping people become the best that they can be.
Yes.
And I wanted to pick up on that a little bit.
Yep.
Do you want to just get a bit more in depth about that? I mean, it's something that I believe passionately in from the football side of things.
Sure.
Most people get obsessed with the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
So with children's football, it's can they get into a pro club, that kind of thing. So they're always thinking about you know, the end result, and then they forget about the process.
Yes.
And I'm imagining that it's a very similar thing to what you're trying to say there and what you're about.
Yeah, it is. I mean, look, the easiest way to explain this, because it can be quite, I mean, a statement like that is very surface level, it's very vague. The best way I can explain it is that if we just go through life and just kind of orbit along and do our thing, that we will gravitate more towards being unhappy. Because I think there's a lot of negativity out there and a lot of stuff that weighs us down. Stress of everyday living can be quite a lot, and we are emotional beings. So it is about being the best you can be, which is first of all fighting that, and then being able to succeed in whatever it is that you are going to aim your focus on. So if it is, you know, football, then it's that. If it's something else, if it's being, you know, a DJ, whatever it is, whatever you focus your attention on, I help people to do that the best they can. Whatever it is that they want to achieve, because I'm a firm believer that we, like, time is the currency of life, and we share that. We don't know how much we've got, but we have to make the most of that time. And so if there's something I can do to help someone look at something slightly differently, or challenge the way that they think about themselves, improve their confidence, then, you know, that's where I step in to help them achieve.
Is it a lot to do with changing lifestyles rather than going back to the process and the outcome again? Because I do listen to some of your podcasts when I get time. I'm a busy man myself, but I know you do the podcast. What's it called again?
The Super Self Podcast.
Super Self Podcast.
Yes.
So, for instance, if, you know, fad diets and things like that, I tend to think that people tend to concentrate on how they want to look, which is the outcome. Mm-hmm. But you've got to fall in love with the process.
You do.
And make it a lifestyle change to sustain that. And it's the same with football, with children's coaching. Just these parents are obsessed with getting their kid trials at Chelsea's and Bournemouth's and Saints or whatever. They lose sight of the fact that they've got to train, and then they've got to fall in love with the process, which is training to be the best that they can be, and then see where that takes you. And you know, it's all the wrong way around for me.
Absolutely.
But listening to your podcast, it's very similar stuff. Hence why you're sat there.
It's all. Thank you. It's all the path of least resistance.
Okay.
You know, it's about if you can wake up and lose track of a year, but you've loved every day and you've done the thing that you are passionate about and you fell in love with, then the results will speak for themselves. If it's a forward-moving process that you're doing, you will be in a completely different place in 365 days if you enjoy what you do.
Excellent.
I've got a question.
Oh, here we go.
Right, so life coach, is that the same as in the film Shallow Hal? Can you what? Can you teach me not to love Haribo?
Yeah,
that's what I want to know.
Well, that yes is the answer, and it's interesting because the guy Tony Robbins, who's in that film, he plays a cameo role. He is essentially.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's the one that puts like the spell, if you will, on Hal, and I mean, he started this movement for people to be able to speak like this and to be able to help people with their lives and whatever challenges they have. So it's interesting that you asked that question.
Right, Tommy. Should we talk about how we first met?
Let's do it.
Lighten it up a little bit.
Yes.
Can you remember?
Yes, I believe it was a charity football match.
It was a charity football match. We were actually playing for another radio station.
Ironically, yeah.
Is that BFBF?
No longer in existence.
It wasn't quite Radio 1.
Okay.
But, we were representing another radio station.
I am in shock.
And we won, didn't we?
We did. We won.
You see where I'm going with this? Who scored the winning penalty, Tommy? Can you remember?
No way.
Isn't this you go in at the last minute? I've heard though. Every single match, you go in at the last minute and score the goal so that you get to hold the.
He still does it now, Tommy.
That's what I heard.
I'm still doing that. I was doing it then, and I'm still doing it now.
I was just wondering how you feel about social media, Tommy, and because I see all the time people posting things and they're quite negative. And do you like it? Do you use it positively? I'm sure you do from what you've already told us, but I get a little bit fed up with people posting on, like, share this post if you're down about the way someone's spoke to you today or something like that, and then people chip in and say, oh, how you doing, hun? And then someone else says, oh, inbox me and all this kind of stuff. And it just gets a bit, I don't know, living your life like an open wound a bit. And what do you think of social media, basically?
I think it's culture, and I think it's an amazing platform. I think that if there was one thing I could say to people is, before you write something on social media, imagine that you're stood in a room full of every single person that you know. Would you shout what you're about to write out as loud as you can to everyone in that room? Because if the answer is no, then the chances are that you shouldn't post that status, because effectively everybody is going to read it in the same way. They're going to digest that information. They're going to even read it in your voice. I've deleted posts before. I've deleted posts as in I've typed everything out and spent like a good 5-10 minutes on it and then deleted it because I thought, it's not going to actually benefit anyone what I'm about to say. So I was like, no, it's not going out. And I've also posted things and waited 5-10 minutes and seen that it's not getting any engagement, and I've then gone back and deleted it because I've realised that it's pointless. So I try and make sure everything that I project onto social media is something I would do in person and would be beneficial for someone.
I've got a question again. I'm sorry.
Right, Donna, did you have your own show this morning?
Yeah, I did, but I've got a question because it's life coaching stuff. So would you recommend, if you've got something that you want to complain about or you want to talk about and put it out there, maybe instead of putting it on social media, write it on a piece of paper just to get it out of yourself and to get it out there, but not holding it in, but not posting it? No?
Totally, because it can be like it can be just a way of kind of getting it out, like you say, like venting what it is that you want to communicate away from your own self. So yeah, it can definitely be, like I always say to my clients, the very first thing that we do is get them a journal, because it massively impacts the way that they balance their thoughts and emotions. Just by writing things down, it releases a lot of stress and tension that will stay in your head otherwise.
Right, I've got a few questions that we're going to ask all our guests, Emma. Have we got time to do them now, or do you want to go into another song? We'll drop a song. We've actually, one of the things we're going to do and have done is ask our guests to choose a song and dedicate it to someone. So over to you, Tommy. Not putting any pressure on Emma on the desk over there. Yeah. But choose a song, mate.
Sure. So I've chose The Verve, Bittersweet Symphony, and just reminds me of this person, but also just hope this person's listening. It picks them up a little bit. It's my dad's actually in hospital at the moment, so hopefully this cheers him up a bit.
Hope he's all right.
Hey.
Love your dad, I do. I don't know.
I suppose I could do no, because that'd probably clash with yours. Minute. Hold me there. Just
what have we got here? Someone who inspires you, Tommy. You're a very inspirational guy. You've already used me once as an inspiration, so you can't use that again, I'm afraid. So there must be somebody else out there that inspires you, mate.
Yeah, my mum.
Your mum.
Straight up.
Great choice.
Straight up, 100%. The kindest person ever. And she just her the way that she can just radiate that to everybody, it just inspires me 100%.
Excellent. It's actually, I know your mum.
Yes.
And through the Jamie G Sporting Trust, which we haven't talked about yet, which we must do. Do you want to let everyone know what the Jamie G Trust is, and then I'll let you know how they helped me out back in the day.
Back in the day, yeah. So I mean, we've been going now for roughly about 9 years, and the Jamie G Sporting Trust, what we do is we raise money and we give it back to the youth of the SP10 and SP11 areas, in terms of actually increasing the participation of sport amongst young people. And the trust was founded. My brother suddenly passed away from a heart condition that was undetectable. So it was an extremely difficult time for everybody, and we thought, what can we do to preserve and prolong and live his essence and legacy? So we thought, let's do something. Let's start a trust. He was passionate about sport. He loved to do it. He loved to get out there, run around and try lots of different things. So we thought, that's what makes sense, and that's what we'll do. And here we are 9 years on, and we're stronger than ever.
Unbelievable, yeah. And just to say, they helped me ages ago. I don't know if you remember, but I
application.
Application. To get my Brazilian soccer school van sign written back in the day when I was first starting out on that road. Yeah. And had absolutely no money whatsoever. So I shall always be grateful to the Jamie G Sporting Trust, and also obviously with the story behind it, having sadly lost my own brother last year. Take inspiration from you, Tommy, and how you've dealt with that and turned it all into something very positive.
That's all you can do,
going
isn't it?
forward.
It's a choice. It's always a choice. You know that. I know that. And hopefully, if you're listening, you all know that too. That no matter what happens, if you're still able to breathe, you're still able to choose.
Absolutely.
Right, we've had a text message in. I don't know if you can hear. Can you hear me, Em? So, afternoon, Pez, Geoff and Tommy. Question for Tommy. I recently joined a gym, and many things affected my decision in which one to join. The atmosphere... Sorry.
You're very cautious,
The atmosphere, staff and latest gym equipment peace and quiet to get on and train with, etc. What do you think is the most important aspect to your gym and why people come to yours? Cheers, from Phil.
Phil, appreciate the question. So I believe there's something out there for everyone in terms of a gym, and it is all about finding the one that fits best for you. In terms of what we do, it's all about the personal experience. It's about being comfortable and confident within the four walls to be able to do the thing that is going to benefit your health and fitness. So if it enables you to do that, again, with the path of least resistance, if you're not thinking, oh no, I don't feel confident or I don't feel comfortable there, then you've got to find somewhere else. So that's what we pride ourselves on, and that's why we drill the staff, make sure that they know that and that the members know that when they join.
Is challenge Pez and Geoff. Have you given it some thought?
Yeah, I have, and I think the best thing to do, I think we should go for a workout together. I think we should hit the gym, and then and also I'll challenge you in that time to not speak of any negative words at all, just positive words in that time.
I'm going to use that word. Awesome. Book recommendation. You are a very well-read person.
No. Actually, no. I'm very, very fussy about books.
Okay.
I don't tend to read them. I should read more. I know that. It's one of my things I'm trying to work on, actually. But a book recommendation is a book that I picked up at a pivotal time. I was travelling in New Zealand. I was on like a 3-week, just chill out, do whatever, go crazy. And I thought I'd just take one with me. And it was The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. And it completely changed my life.
Yes. Completely
changed it. I read it at the perfect time.
Very inspirational book.
Big book.
Geoff.
Surprisingly, I haven't read it. So, do you want to tell us a bit more about the book?
I have 2 copies. So, yes, you can have one.
Often do this, don't you?
Are they next to your Agatha Christie books?
Yeah, as Geoff knows, I do like a book. I'm a bit of a bookworm. I know. Search of the Philosopher's Stone. That's Harry Potter, isn't it? I read all those too.
No, that's of my day.
You used to have your own show, I think, Tommy.
I've not even read any or seen any of the Harry Potter films. Is that bad?
Right.
Well, we'll have a lads' night in one night, Tommy.
Here we go then.
Well, yeah, Tommy got picked in that charity match basically because of his handsome good looks and his boyish charm. So I've chosen this song to dedicate to Tommy Gentleman. Tommy, it's been an absolute pleasure having you along, and we'll keep that change room banter question for another time.
Oh,
what
beautiful.
song is it? What song is it? What song is it? Oh, Right Said Fred.
Very cool.
Right Said Pez.
Right Said Fred.
Well, that went quite quick, didn't it? First guess.
Really low.
Is that not just...
I had loads I was going to talk about, Tommy.
Yeah, but that's fine. There's no right or wrong way.
No.
That's a proper cheesy tune, that.
And then if you could let me know, I'll get in touch with you, man.
Yeah, of course.
See if you want to do some more stuff for us.
Yeah.
Do you like football? It's probably best you don't.
It's neutral.
Yeah. Good. Just going to do a quick photo, Geoff.
Just you two?
No, with you as well. It's our show.